Good afternoon to you, sports fans, and welcome to Sports Up Show right here on 9 Radio 102.1 FM. This is where we get to keep you up to speed with the latest happenings in the ever exciting, ever dynamic, and sometimes controversial world of sports. And here we are here to serve you the best sport buffet on a big platter, giving it to you as we see it, and we expect to eat from you in the same way. You know how we do it on the Sports Up Show. We make sure to give it to you compact with a lot of facts in between. Preaching the gospel of sport to you for the next 55 minutes. On the menu this afternoon, I have stories from the world of golf, from the world of tennis, the world of basketball, and the king of all sports, the world of football. Bringing the stories to you, both local and foreign stories. Not a good one on the home front. Days ago, talking about day before yesterday. That's on Wednesday, and yes, another one which actually happened on Thursday as well. Talking about teams getting attacked on their way to honor matches. The likes of Sunshine FC of Akure. Talking about the Owena Wheels. We've been attacked on their way to Benin City, where they are going to play the match day 12 fixture against Bendel Insurance. However, the match has been postponed till tomorrow, Sunday, before the game, and then we are wishing everyone who got hurt in that particular one speedy recovery, and that they get back to the field. And also same thing happened to the Abia Comets as well in their own NNL game too. They were coming back from that game against Ikorodu City from Lagos, going back to the Far East, and then that one actually happened to them. We're clamoring for the best of all leagues, and then we pray that we can actually have something like that in the coming future. And yes, we're talking about football this afternoon. Let's talk about the Nigeria's new poster boy. Talking about Victor Boniface. He's now won 4 Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Month award 4 consecutive times in a row. He's taking the German Bundesliga by a storm. I'm talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria now. Yes, Coach Joseph Peseiro now has a task on his hand, and that is most definitely to make sure there's a search for a new Super Eagles goalkeeper. A couple of names are already on the list. 2 of them who are presently plying their trade in the South African League. Talking about Daniel Akpeyi and also Sunday Nwabali. However, we don't know what the Nigerian Premier League has done to Joseph Peseiro, because at the moment we actually have a couple of players, or should I say goalkeepers, who can let's talk about maybe inexperience. Maybe he feels they are inexperienced, but I would like to have your say on that particular one. Is it not right enough for Joseph Peseiro to give the boys in the country a chance? Talk about the likes of Amas, of Basoje, of Bendel Insurance, and also Kingdom Osai Samuel of Doma United, considering how informed or unformed these guys have been this season. However, the coach is looking at the likes of Freiburg goalkeeper Noah Atubolu, who is 21-year-old, also Stanley Nwabali, who plays for Chippa United in South Africa, and also Daniel Akpeyi of Muroka Swallows, also in South Africa. Don't forget that we have also Apoel Jerusalem Adebayo Adeleye on the list as well. And a couple of news from the English Premier League. One player will be looking to do the numbers for himself later today, talking about no other person but Mohamed Salah, will be looking to score his 200 goal for Liverpool as they are facing Crystal Palace, and also his 150th English Premier League goal as well. 2 records for Mohamed Salah to be breaking this afternoon. Hopefully he gets to do that one and then write his name in the history books for Liverpool. He's Senator Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name, and it's such an honor to be your host on the show this afternoon. Just so you know, I will not be doing this all alone. I've got the delectable Oluwatomi with the EYO Woborodi in the studio this afternoon. Welcome to the show, Oluwatomi.
Yes, good afternoon, AY, and I'm happy to be on the show once again on the Sports Hub show. It's amazing to talk sports and to talk football. Like I said before we started, I said, I don't know what is happening right now. I don't know my body and my soul, nothing's here, but we are going to talk sports and enjoy the show as usual.
It feels good to always be on the platform, yeah?
Yes, it does.
Let's start from the home front this afternoon. Let's talk about first off, let's talk about the Joseph Peseiro's search for Super Eagles goalkeeper, and now he is currently in South Africa looking to monitor a couple of Nigerian prospects right there in South Africa. What's your take about this particular one?
Why are you laughing? Wait now. When I saw the news and I realized that it's in South Africa, it was on the training field for Chippa United, and he's gonna be on. He's gonna watch the match day. Looking at Stanley Iwabali and everything. I was like, okay, man, you called 3 goalkeepers during the international that we were playing, right? And you played Uzoho. This is international friendlies. You don't have to use your keepers all through the match. You want to know who's best. You want to know who is good for you. Why did you call these goalkeepers when you're not going to use them and test them to their abilities? These are people that goalkeepers that they are credible to the extent that Nigerians' strong point, a stronghold in the national team has always been our goalkeepers, from Peter Rufai to the legendary. I love this man so much. I don't know, I forgot his name. Jesus, yes, that's what. And our latest one, the latest goal. What will I forget? I apologize because he's someone I really I enjoy watching while watching football on our national team. And when I see him on social media, I still feel like he's younger. Like, oh God, now can you come back to play for us? Because this man is Adeleye is a keeper that is actually good. You don't know the extent of someone when you don't use this person. You're calling people into the midfield, you're calling people into the striking department when they're not even playing for their club. So what is happening? Why didn't you use this? It's one thing that you've used them, you've tested them, you've seen that they are not good enough. It's another thing that you call them, you've not used them, and you don't know if they are good enough or they are not good enough. And you're using this particular person that we Nigerians are clamoring to the fact that we don't like. You don't want to use him. We don't want you to use him.
Someone was referring to the game between Omonia Nikosa. That's I beg your pardon. Now Francis Iso's team now are talking about the game they played in the Europa League against Manchester United the last time. Have been the highlight of
his
Francis Iso's career so far. I mean, in 7 years of being, let's say, outside the country, being a professional, that's the only highlight. Is actually hard, and then not good enough for a Nigerian goalkeeper.
It is not good enough. It is not good. Have you seen the likes of David De Gea when he was playing for Manchester? He had lots of highlights. He plays a lot, but if he does mistakes, he also does his mistakes. And Spain did not even call him. So what are we saying? And this person just had one highlight in his entire career. That's how many matches, and you are still calling him over and over and over again. And that begs the question of what is happening to the coach.
Okay, let me put this question to you now. Considering the names that I just mentioned, let's talk about the Freiburg goalkeeper Noah Tubulu, who is 21 years, and then he's actually kept 4 clean sheets in 13 appearances this season. He's eligible for the Super Eagles, though he's not been called up yet. We have the likes of Stanley Nwabali, who plays in the PSL for Chippa United in South Africa, who has 6 clean sheets, and then Daniel Akwi of Moroka Swallows with 5 clean sheets as well, and also Apoel Jerusalem Adebayo Adeleye, who is yet to keep a clean sheet this season, and also Maduka Okoye, who has only been in action. I think that was maybe the other time he played in
when you have roasted him.
So let me ask you now, and then the likes of Amaso Baso J, and then Kingdom Osai Samuel. Amas with 5 clean sheets, Kingdom with 10 clean sheets from 12 matches this season. Who are you going to pick to be manning the sticks for the Super Eagles of Nigeria if you were to be the coach? Don't forget that the AFCON 2023 is just 35 days away from today.
Thanks for reminding us that we know. Sorry. Okay, you see, remove Daniel Akwe from that, because we've seen if he has been on the national team before, he has played for the team. If we've seen how he plays, we've seen how he keeps for us. I'm not saying he's not a good keeper, but on my list, he's not going to be there. I just feel like we should give other people the chance to do that. I see Daniel Umabi. I think Daniel Umabi,
Stanley Nwabali.
Yes, that guy is good. The other one that had 10 clean sheets in 12 matches.
With Stanley is that is some kind of time-wasting goalkeeper.
It's time-wasting goalkeeper. If your team is winning, won't you waste time?
I mean, well, I feel like he can only do that in the Nigerian Premier League, though, because before he actually, left the shores of the Nigerian Premier Football League, he was being known to be one of these keepers who enjoys holding on to the ball.
And that is the training he gets. That is the training he gets from his coaches, or that was the training he got from his coach. He's now in Chippa United. This is different. It's a different terrain, different coaching.
I think that should be Lobby Stars.
Different coaching, different system, different play. You can't compare MPFL to the you cannot do that. Okay. you definitely cannot do that. So he has gotten different trainings. He has gotten different, the techniques, the mechanism is very different, and I see the coach going there. That's to show that maybe he has even picked already. He has, yes, because this this Pesero man, I do really trust him. I just hope that we go to the AFCON and he makes the right decision. That's the thing, because if you actually make a wrong decision going to that cup, that tournament, Nigerians would not find it funny. NFF, Nigerians will be at the back of NFF because they don't like. Pesero is not their business. It's NFF that they want to. And you know that, I'm happy that Nigerian social media pages and platforms have now started, have been functioning now. It's now better. It's now like other national teams that will go to their pages and they're always posting. Yeah, so they will get that backlash. Okay. Like they will get it back to back.
Okay, let me put this question out right now, because yes, you've done justice to that. But in case you're listening to us now, I'll be throwing the phone lines open, making sure that you have the gateway to the studio 070010211021. What do you think should be the first choice goalkeeper for Nigeria at the 2023 AFCON? Yes, right now we have number 2, number 3 of the Super Eagles at the AFCON. So who do you think should be the goalkeeper for the Super Eagles of Nigeria at the AFCON 2023? 070010211021. And also you can send us a message on WhatsApp or maybe a regular text message 0907-224-5018. Who should be Super Eagles goalkeeper for the AFCON 2023? And yes, we're talking about stories from the home front. A couple of days ago, there was a meeting that was being held in Abuja where John Owen Eno was there, the sports minister, Yossi Pesero, and also the chairman of the Nigerian Premier Football League, Gbenga Elegbeleye. And now he's now come out to talk about the Nigerian League setting up an under-17 youth league to help in the league room further starts for their teams and also the nation. And the MPFL Under-17 Youth League is scheduled to commence in the 2023-2024 season. Oluwatomi, what's your take on Nigeria having an Under-17 Youth League?
Yeah, the question is, how is the league presently? How are you doing? How are you handling the league?
Much better, yeah.
How are you much better? You're not stable. We are still shaking. Let it be stable. Like let it be stability. You are still showing 1 or 2 matches on TV. You're not showing all the matches on TV.
No, at least not two. When you say two,
it might be more than 2. It might be 3. Are they showing all the matches? No, they haven't.
At least 4 matches on TV.
I know you.
That's the direct to home, yeah.
I know you.
And then when you go to the live, you can only see 8 matches on the live. So 2 matches are not going to be covered.
Why are you putting only?
Yeah, because that's how much matches they show.
That's a show that they're not stable yet. Like I'm saying, when
but it's still growing. This is the first time they are running. What I'm saying,
it is growing. Let it grow now. Why are they rushing? Let it grow. It's just like you're training a child, or you're letting him work, and you're saying he should start flying. He has not started working properly, and you're saying he should start flying. You don't do that. The child will actually not know how to walk properly, or might just is walking steps, or the line or number of months you ought to use to work would actually take a very, very long period span for a longer time. So that's why they should just stay on one place, stabilize the national team, stabilize the league, and then go into the under-17. I'm not saying they should not do that. We know about under-17. I always give it thumbs up to the person in charge about under-17 teams, both the male and female. They do good jobs. You see the likes of Osimhen. Osimhen started from under-17, and he was growing with
that was when we legit had the under-17 of the under-17.
What are you saying? What the heck?
I said that was when we legit.
That's actually true. That's actually true. I'm just saying that it builds from there. When you build, I understand why they're trying to do that. They want to build players from the under-17 so that when they are going through,
they follow the age ranking.
Yes, it's actually beautiful. The likes of Chukwueze, the likes of Awuni, the likes of Osimhen, and I'm so proud that we built this person from our own terrain. We didn't build him from, he wasn't born in the United States with Nigerian parents, and he now came to Nigeria. No, he grew up here. He started here from the under 17s and the 20s, and now he's playing for the national team. And he has made us proud, being a top 3 nominee for the CAF Men, Player of the Year. So it's amazing. So I don't see that it's a big deal. I don't see that it's a problem. But please make sure we get because Nigerians can start something, they will not stop. They like doing that. They will start shows, they will stop. They will start something, they will stop. So make sure you're stable first. When you see that you have a stable and you're 70% or 75% stable with that, then you can come up with that. Who would not take their kids to the league? Who would not make who doesn't? Most Nigerian parents that do not want their parents to be footballers, they ask them, what you want to be when you grow up? I want to be footballer. Okay, when there's doctor, there's engineer, there's lawyer. But now, most Nigerian parents want their children or kids to be footballers. So who would not want to let their kids go to training there, and then European clubs will come and take them and say that they should go to their academy? Who wouldn't want that? But let them be stability, so that we know that you're focusing on one thing and you don't just divert every attention to the other thing.
Alrighty, I mean, from your words right now, it's welcome development, but then they just need a lot of work needs to be done to make sure that it is perfect and not just some kind of flouting project that you would possibly not keep up with it. Let's hope that this one is going to be a fruitful one coming from the chairman of the Nigerian Premier Football League, Benga Elegbele. Let's see how this one is going to pan out. So quickly, let's talk about the Nigerian Premier Football League before we go into other sports and then travel to the European scene. Let's talk about the incident, or should I say the accident, security one that actually happened to Sunshine Stars on Thursday along the Benin or highway on their way to a week 13 Nigerian Premier Football League game against Bendel Insurance, where a couple of valuables were lost, and then a life was almost lost because the kit manager got shot. I saw the pictures, and then I can only say it's a gory one. Honestly, viewer discretion, because I'm hoping and praying that it gets to survive that particular one. Yeah, definitely. But then talking about security on our highways, it is I think it is right, or should I say high time right now that our football management, they get to do better for these players, because I mean it's only the players who travel by road. Though we have some teams that are used that travel by air too. But let's say 70% of teams in the Nigerian Premier Football League honor their matches traveling by road. I feel at least they should have one or two security personnel, or maybe a police or an army official who is going to be with them, and not just players traveling like players are traveling.
It boils down now to the federal government. You see, it boils down now to the Ministry of Sports. It boils down now to the NFF board and everything like that. The lives of people are at stake. Generally, it's not outside. I'm talking outside of sports now before I dive right into that. Generally, Nigerians are scared to ply routes, and Nigerians are very scared to travel through routes that, is Ibadan Express, Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Benin. I've actually traveled through those routes before, and I see that if you are not going during the day, like when the day is bright, you're going to be scared, you're going to be attacked, and you're seeing that a lot of kidnapping, robbery, these bandits are on that way that was very safe while you were traveling then. And now players are finding it difficult to go to their matches, to play their matches, because the country is not safe, because the country that they are trying to make sure the league is pushing forward is not safe. The only thing we hear in Europe is, okay, probably a club loses a match and then there's a riot or something, but we don't see that something is happening to them on the road, or something is happening to them because they actually travel by road as well. Brazil,
they use the train,
they go by road, and nothing is happening. So what is happening? It begs down to the federal government, the Ministry of Sports, the NFF as well, to make sure that there is security surrounding these players. There's security around these players, and I feel like when there's security around these players, these bandits, these armed robberies, they will know that someone is here that needs to. You don't just stop them anyhow. So I just feel that things need to be looked into and looked into as soon as possible.
Alrighty, things need to be looked into as soon as possible. A quick update for you: a game that is currently underway right now. Talking about the game between Crystal Palace and Liverpool, 0-0 halftime as we speak, and then Palace initially were awarded a penalty, which was later overturned after a long VAR check, and also Liverpool could also go top for a few hours at least if they're able to win this particular one. And then Crystal Palace have just 1 point from their last 4 games. It's still halftime right now. Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 0. We will keep you abreast with the updates coming.
Can we just go back to non-VAR? Can we just do that? Like, can we do that? Because it is very controversial.
Football is evolving. Football is developing.
It is definitely evolving.
That's part of the dynamism of the sport, and then the controversy that it comes with as well.
A lot.
We need it.
When it just came, when we just introduced, it was not as controversial as this. It was not as especially in the English Premier League, that everything ought to be very transparent, very very clear to us, and very pure and everything. And you're seeing that this should not be a penalty. Oh God, what are you looking at on your screen? I saw the same thing you're looking at.
Yeah.
That I don't get the training you're training. Not be eyes we go use here. And this should be a penalty, but no, the VAR is not giving it. So why do we have VAR? It's for you to that's the on-field referee is not saying what you are saying. And it happened because of what happened in the World Cup. I think 2015. I think 2015. That match there was a match that was very very controversial that needed to be a penalty, and the referee didn't see. But everybody at home was screaming. Fortunately, that day I was listening to the pidgin commentary, Nigerian pidgin commentary, and the pidgin commentator was just screaming on the ball. It was like let me say the pidgin. You understand?
Yeah.
So we could see what happened, but the on-field referee couldn't see it, and we don't blame him for it because it's a quick. We are the one that will see is on replay on this and that, and that's why the VAR was there. But if the VAR is giving us controversial decisions day after day, weeks after weeks, then I don't know.
Something needs to be done about it.
Definitely, and fast.
And yes, talking about that, let's quickly talk about the games that will be coming up in the Nigerian Premier Football League this weekend, and also the Nigerian National League (NNL). Today, which is Saturday, Doma United will be hosting Kano Pillars. High-flying Doma United, if you ask me, because yes, they went to Kwara United and then they got a 0-0 draw in that particular one. Why the game between Bendel Insurance, which was supposed to be played today, have now been postponed to tomorrow against Sunshine Stars. So tomorrow we'll be seeing the game between Bayelsa United and Rangers. Imba will be hosting Abia Warriors. Shooting Stars will be hosting Katsina United. Gombe United will be hosting Atland FC of Owerri. Yes, Atland coming from the back of winning their first game of the season away to Akwa United. What a win that was for them. And yes, Akwa United at home will be hosting Lobby Stars, who currently top of the log. And Remo Stars as well will be hosting Kwara United. Talking about a battle of first and 8 right there. Niger Tornadoes will be hosting Plateau United, and Sporting Lagos game against Rivers United have been postponed due to Rivers United participation in the CAF Confederations Cup. In the NNL, a couple of matches in the match 4 Conference C, AFCC up against ABSFC. That one will be played today. While in Conference D, Adama United up against KB United FC. In Conference A, 1472 FC against Ekiti United. Conference B, International Lagos FC against Ikorodu City FC. That's the Lagos derby, if you ask me. All of these matches will be coming up later today. Let's quickly go into other sport right about now. It's the Sports Up Show right here on 9 Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget I can be a part of the show by calling us up 070010211021. Precious, I don't know what's happening. I keep missing your call. Please, if you're able to call me, I do want to call me back now. Apologies, man. And also, you can also watch us live on YouTube and Facebook. We're live right about now. Power Radio 102.1 FM on Facebook, and on YouTube we are at Impact 102.1 FM. You can do well to drop your comments on there if I'm unable to pick your calls. It's not my fault, it's not your fault, it's nobody's fault, yeah?
It's not me, it's you. Okay.
Let's take the quick break. Sport Up right on Hyper Radio 102.1 FM continues.
For the best in sports entertainment, tune in to Sports Up on High Impact 102.1 FM. This is Sports Hub on High Impact 102.1 FM.
Welcome back to the show. Sports Up right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Let's quickly talk about boxing right now, where Deontay Wilder wants the winner of Usyk versus Fury and is claiming Joshua does not want to fight against him. American knockout king Deontay Wilder remains resolute in his quest to resume his role as world champion. The Bronze Bomber, you all know him, once reigned as the WBC World Heavyweight Champion from the year 2015 to 2020, making 10 successful title defenses within that period of time. And then it was a trilogy of epic encounters with Tyson Fury that saw him dethroned and his record marred with a draw and 2 knockout defeats. And now Wilder is exclaiming and saying, if you've got all the best, you're gonna have to fight me. That's still my goal. I'll wipe out the entire heavyweight division. First of all, the Alabama has to get past a tough match with former world heavyweight champion Joseph Parker on December 23. I mean, a couple of days to this time in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Do you see Deontay Wilder actually claiming this belt once again? He's now saying that Joshua doesn't want to fight.
He should be calming down. He should be calming down. Wait till me this one. It wasn't a Tyson that actually whooped his boss and he wants to fight with the winner. He's gonna be Tyson again. I'm just saying that. I feel like I said earlier, I'll always say that boxing and this particular sport is very, very, it has to do with your mental capacity, your psyche, and everything. Because it's saying all these things not because he might even win it. He will not win it. It's just saying to what uproots his opponents and make sure that their head is not in the game. Their head is, if I win this person, I'm going to fight this person. If I don't win this belt, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to lose this belt. I'm going to get the belt. I'm going to do this. I'm going to that is how it works. He has a match. He has a match now.
Joseph Parker on 24.
Yes, he has a match.
Same with Anthony Joshua as well.
Yeah, he has a match when we all know Anthony Joshua is fighting. Okay. So he has a match. Why is he not focusing on that? Why is he hammering on the fact that these particular people needs to fight and they needs to fight the winner of this particular team of this particular match so that he gets the belt and everything. He's going to beat everybody in the clinical. Why did he not beat Tyson? That is the thing is that face Parker. When you face Parker 23rd, then you can talk to us. That's if you win. If you win, then you can come and talk to us. Right now, what you're doing Wilder is not actually making sense.
But then this game is a game of the mind, yeah.
That's what I said. It's mental. It's playing with your psyche.
Yeah. The former world leaders will lock arms on the same festive fight card, Joshua versus Otto Wallin, and then the winner is to fight each other in the new year. AJ and Wilder have been in talks for a long time. We all know about that one, and their respective appearances on the same night are led to believe they will both win their bout to set up a mega underline award mega showdown between them in 2024. All hands in glove. Let's see how that one is going to eventually come out.
For Anthony next year, coming next year, don't worry. There's a job for you already. You already know there's a job for you.
What job do you have for?
I've said it already. Should I say it again? Modeling job is already awaiting you. Or just start influencing. That's just the job that fits you. Because you already know. Okay.
You don't like Joshua like that.
I know, I do. I actually, that's why I'm giving him a job already.
If you don't like him, you don't want him to be a model.
I don't want him to be jobless. I don't want him to be jobless.
Wow.
Now. No, I don't want him to be jobless. I want him to do something.
You're tough.
If he's still a model now, people will still be seeing him. He's still influencing now. You see? So, I guess.
Okay, away from boxing, let's quickly talk about basketball right about now. The NBA in-season tournament. And here's a couple of teams are in the finals already. Talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, who have actually made it to the finals. And then they will be playing against the Oklahoma Thunder, who claimed an overtime win over Golden State Warriors. LeBron James scored 30 points as the Los Angeles Lakers beat the New Orleans Pelicans 133 to 89 to reach the final of the NBA in-season tournament. James, who will turn 39 on the 30th of this month, also had 8 assists and 5 rebounds in under 23 minutes on court. The Lakers will face the Indiana Pacers in today's title game after they beat the Milwaukee Bucks 128-119 in the other semi-final. Lakers coach Darwin Ham called James extraordinary after the team's win. LeBron James.
That is funny, Sha. Where is extra? I don't understand.
I'm talking about a 19-time NBA All-Star.
Excuse me, sir. What are you saying? Were you just coming to the world of basketball? Are you just coming to the world? The world entire? Like, I don't get.
Are you just seeing this?
I just seen. The thing is, when I heard his age, or when I saw that he was just 34, I was like, Oga, you've been playing this for a long time.
Seems like we've been hearing about him since the time of the likes of Michael Jordan,
right?
Kobe Bryant.
Right. It sounded like that. And I was, are you joking? Did you backdate? What is happening? But I see that, when you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
When
then obviously it's just the same class as likes of Kevin Durant.
Yes, it's just that.
And then still talking about other games that were played, just like I mentioned, the Oklahoma Thunders claim overtime win over Golden State Warriors. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 38 points for the Oklahoma City Thunders as they beat the Golden State Warriors 138-136 in overtime. A longest dot layup sealed victory for the Thunder with 10.2 seconds left. Steph Curry scored 34 points for the Warriors, 10 in overtime as they suffered a 10th defeat in 14 games. Not a good season for the Golden State Warriors, if you ask me. Elsewhere, the Dallas Mavericks lost Kyrie Irving to injury as Luka Doncic has scored 2 points in their 125-112 win over Portland Trail Blazers. Irving received treatment on the court for several minutes after injuring his right foot in the second quarter and was later withdrawn after trying to play on. The Chicago Bulls came from 13 points down to seal a fourth consecutive win as Kobe White scored 24 points in their 1-2-1-1-1-2 victory over San Antonio Spurs, who tied the franchise record set last season with a 16th defeat in a row. Wow, how do you lose 16 games in a row? Victor Wembanyama, who is 19 years at the number 1 pick in this year's draft, provided the only bright point for the Spurs with 21 points and 20 rebounds, becoming the youngest player in NBA history to score and to record 20 points and 20 rebounds in a game. Well, he's having the time of his life. Hopefully he keeps up with that particular one.
Hopefully that's what I actually sound like. Hopefully he keeps up with it and he doesn't,
there's a reason he actually came out as a top pick.
Yes, and there is a reason. And do you know what? I just look at the boy like, this boy is very, 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 very
tall and
very,
wide.
Very tall.
Tall and wide.
Wait till they happen. I just
tall
feel
and
like
wide.
I just feel like it should just continue. It should not lose that. It should not put his leg away from move his leg away from the fader, and should keep moving, because if there is pressure on you, guy, the thing will just go. Like you just feel like I need to do this, I need to do that. But I should look at the likes
like what
of
a certain Giannis Antetokounmpo is facing right now with the Milwaukee Bucks.
You get it? So I just feel like, the pressure, it just has to do with his manager and his team as well. They should put pressure. This guy is still 20 years old.
Just
20 years. I just feel like they should just let him play. Let him do his thing. And once he does his thing, you see that you just start breaking records over and over. We start breeding the new likes of Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, and you see that you start doing wonders for yourself, because these people I mentioned, they were not put under any pressure. They're just playing their thing because they know how to play it, and that's just it.
I mean, that's not all. A couple of matches were still played in the NBA last night. Philadelphia 76ers ran out 125-114 winners at the Atlanta Hawks as Joel Embiid started with 38 points, 14 rebounds, and 4 blocked shots. The Boston Celtics had Jaylen Brown ejected in the fourth quarter for arguing with an official from the bench, but still claimed a 133-123 victory at home to the New York Knicks as Derek White scored season-high 30 points. They are on Fox score 23 of his 34 points in the fourth quarter as the Sacramento Kings won 114-106 at the Phoenix Suns, and then the Los Angeles Clippers ended an 11-game losing streak in Salt Lake City with a 117-103 victory away to Utah Jazz, featuring a season high 41 points from Kawhi Leonard. Straight from the world of basketball, something presently is happening in the world of golf right now, and then it's got everyone talking about it. I saw this yesterday, and then everyone was talking about, you just have to follow your heart, you need to do it for the sport, and some will come out and say you have to do it for the box, because whatever it is that you are doing has to be for the money. And then we're talking about John Ram right now, who has moved to LIV, fundamentally shift the landscape of men's professional golf, and then people are saying that it is some kind of moment in the sport called called civil war. The Saudi Arabia-backed breakaway tour could not have landed a bigger scalp than the Spaniard who won the Masters last April and was unbeaten in helping inspire Europe to regain the Ryder Cup just 2 weeks ago. So Ram, who is a Spanish here, is currently playing in the PGA Tour. But then he got signed up by a Saudi Arabia breakaway tour, which is the LIV. He got signed for a couple of bucks here. Too bogus to actually mention it. A couple of bucks.
No, they play now.
Okay, what you know is Saudi. You already know.
Saudi Arabia. We are not done with you guys taking all our European players away. And now you want to move from football to golf.
I mean, they've been in golf for quite some time.
Yeah, but I don't understand what I say. They've been in football for quite a number of times as well. But now that the European players are there, people are now saying, people now recognize them that, we want to see my play. I want to see this person I always watch. I want to see this person I always like the likes of Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is in Saudi Arabia. People are now like making sure their eyes are there. If you go to this betting thingy, they will give you, what am I saying? Just walk around and you just see someone wearing a Saudi Arabian jersey. I don't understand.
And Nasa is everywhere now.
From where to where? Exactly. From where to where? How? And that's what's going to happen to Ram going to that country as well. His fans will definitely want to follow him. These fanatics of his will want to follow him wherever they are going to.
Man, he legit said he's ready for the backlash. He already said
money.
Money
will shut up everything.
He's ready for the backlash. And then for more than a year, Ram has actually voiced his dislike for the LIV Golf 54 tournament. No cuts, no shotgun start, saying he prefers to remain with the PGA Tour, where legends such as Jack Nicklaus and Opama and Tiger Woods has played before him. But then in the end, 29-year-old native of Spain couldn't pass up a multi-year contract that is worth, you want me to tell you the amount?
Please do.
$300 million. That's according to sources.
Saudi Arabia.
$300 million.
If you're an agent right now from Saudi Arabia, don't worry.
Do you play golf?
No, I don't want any. Just come. You are doing your football now. Just come and meet me. I don't want to know. Just give me the contract. Because these people are splurging. They're splurging money.
Money, yeah.
When I say money, they are splurging money. And when they want to splurge it, they will splurge it.
We just hope this is not going to affect Ram's career, because moving to the LIV, he might actually not be able to play in the Ryder Cup come next year. But then former winner Rory McIlroy is saying that he just has to play, that they have to include him in it. So let's see how that one is going to pan out.
Let's see exactly.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game. I want to say something earlier. I want to say that Saudi Arabia will splurge this money. When they splurge this money, they are not shy of splurging. And I remember the fact that, Victor Osimhen, when this whole saga of Napoli, this and this came up, he said that they offered him 200 million. He was rejecting and they were increasing it. Yeah. He was rejecting and they were increasing. I was like, God, where's the apple? You cannot call me to be your manager. Let me help you. Because these people they understand the fact that they need to build and they need to spend money to build. That is what I like about their mentality. Their mentality is very, very positive and strong. That, I need to push this thing. I just want people to know about me. And how do I let people know about me? I need to bring the best to myself. Me. Exactly, to me. And if it's to bring the best, I need to spend money. So they are spending the money and they are making the money.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Well, another one from the world of PGA before we go straight elsewhere. There's a championship that they play. They call it the West Fargo Championship. I've now said they are not going to renew its contract to host a PGA Tour event, and now they are ending a 22-year on schedule for what is now a signature event with 20 million pause. The tournament is held at the Coel Olo Club, which has hosted the PGA Championship and the President's Cup, and it will now play its final time for next year in May. So now one other sponsorship are going to be leaving the PGA Tour. We don't know why this one is happening, but then they said they plan to remain in Charlotte, and then they are meeting with potential title sponsors, but then they are losing a sponsorship already. Away from golf right now, let's go to talk about the king of all sports, talking about football right now. And yes, it's a sword time right now at the Selhurst Park, where Liverpool and then Crystal Palace are still logged at 0-0 as we speak. Nothing separates the two sides as we speak. 50 minutes on the way right now, and then Alisson Becker back from injury, and then he's been impressing with a couple of saves right now. We'll continue to keep you abreast of what's happening in that one. Let's quickly talk about Manchester United right now, where our coach Eric Ten Hag, don't forget that last week he actually locked out a couple of journalists saying they don't have the, he doesn't want them to cover the matches. Let's just say he's following the type of, path Sir Alex Ferguson actually used back then, when once you are not doing what they want, once it feels like you are leaking too much, and then they just, zone you out. But then it's going to be a couple of weeks for Manchester United. Don't forget that they have got Champions League next week, and then they've still got a match against Liverpool next week as well. But then let's talk about what we have in hand now, and then this one is actually concerning Jadon Sancho, and then Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag has said the onus is on Jadon Sancho to do what is required.
What is required?
To facilitate his return to the club's first team squad.
What is required?
He has to apologize.
Apologize for what, please? Exactly.
For whatever it is I did.
For what exactly? What am I apologizing for?
Coming out to
for
talk
saying the truth
at his manager.
For saying what I wanted to say. What are you saying?
What do you want to say?
What is Ten Hag saying? Please, you should not make me go to Old Trafford right now and go and change it for him. Because I'm just saying that because you are the king. It's just like referees. Referees are the king on the field. 90 minutes they are the king. They are in charge. They can do anything they want. You cannot tell them. If you talk back and then they will give you card. Get out of my field. Collect 2 cards, you're out. That's it. That's their thing. And the manager, they are the king of the team. They can put you on the list. They can put you on the starting level. They can put you on the bench. They can say you're not even traveling with us. They can say you're not doing this. But we want to know, what did this guy do exactly? What did he say that wasn't right to you? What did he say? This is a guy. This is a person that you brought with your own hand. Abi, no be so. You brought
But then don't
him.
forget that what Erik ten Hag said was not actually that a big of a deal.
What did he
only
say?
said he was excluded because his training performances were below the Manchester United standard.
What did Sancho say?
I came out with some kind of note on X back then, don't forget.
Then I'm saying, what did he say exactly? That is the thing. Like, what exactly did he say? What did he say that you think that other players would not have said? Are you thinking that this is just because of what we are saying? It might be more than this. It might be the fact that probably he was saying things that, or you feel like he was saying things that other players would not want to say, and
But
he
then
was
don't forget that this player actually has this particular antecedent right from his time at Manchester City Academy days before he moved on to Borussia Dortmund. He has this same issue of behavior when he was should I say indiscipline when he was Borussia Dortmund. Don't forget that a certain Nemanja Matic came out a couple of weeks ago and said during his time at Manchester United, some players come late to training, and when they come late to training like that, like it continued to happen over and over again, and so they had to set up some kind of committee, in-house committee, and then when you come late like that, you are made to pay a fine. He said there was a particular season that they realized over £750,000.
Okay. So what's happening? What's happening to Sancho? Can they do this?
And then back then too, I cannot be so sure here.
Okay,
but I have the feeling that Sancho was one of those players who will always turn off blades for training.
Only related. People don't know this. You might be criticizing the boy. I do not take it. I would not take that. I would not take that. I just feel like I'm standing like I'm an advocate for players that their manager always their manager always bullies and everything like that. Just like look at what happened to Pep and Yaya Toure. That Pep was like, he has to apologize to him because he did this, because he did that, and Yaya was his best player at that time, but Pep didn't give a hoot, and until Yaya had to leave the club and everything like that. I remember the start of this season, Sancho didn't start because it was having a breakdown. He had something.
Don't forget that this man actually at the point last season he let Sancho leave and say,
and I'm saying he had a
has to go take
breakdown
care of himself.
Yes,
and all of those
and that's
things.
why this same person needs to understand the fact that this person had a breakdown. Are you not thinking mental? When you have a breakdown and you see that things are coming, you are getting overwhelmed with things, emotions are flowing through, things will definitely happen.
3 months for
you
3
might
months.
say things that you wouldn't want to say, and I feel like this man knew this guy from the onset and should understand him. Maybe because of the fact that you knew him, and that's why he's saying that I need to discipline you so that others will not go through that thing.
Okay.
But no, I will not take that, because that happened to Ronaldo as well, and I will not take that from Ten Hag.
Away from Jadon Sancho, let's talk about one player now who Ten Hag has refused to drop, even when he's not playing at the level you expect. I'm going to talk about Marcus Rashford right now. I want to ask you, or should I ask the audience at home now? 07001021121. You can call us in. If you're a Manchester United fan, what do you think is the main reason for Marcus Rashford's struggle this season?
okay, that's the struggle. I was talking about Ten Hag for not dropping him. I feel like Ten Hag is actually helping him, to build his confidence back, to make sure that he's still enthusiastic about playing and about scoring, and he's eager to do that. I see the hard work Rashford puts in some games, and I see the nonchalant attitude he puts in some other games. It's not the fact that
even when he forgets that he's more of a winger and not a striker.
Yes, Rashford sometimes is very nonchalant. You see the fact there was a match that the Newcastle match that they lost 1-0.
1-0.
Rashford should backtrack. What are you doing? Cover your space. Your fullback has gone to his space. Oga, cover the place. You are giving your opponent the chance, this freedom to actually run through and pass and give a cross into the box. You don't do that. What's that? And that was what caused the fight in Tottenham against Lloris and no Son. Lloris was telling Son that, okay, you need to backtrack this person. You need to mark this person for your fullback has gone already, and that there's an open space. What are you doing? You need to do that, and Rashford did not do that. And the wingers, they have the leverage to actually run through, play it, and Garnacho too. I'm not blaming because he has been playing well, but Garnacho too he had that issue. He had that issue as well.
Yeah, talking about Garnacho, thanks for breaking it in. That Puskas Worthy goal actually won the goal of the month for November, and then it was a hat-trick of awards at the Old Trafford at the Theatre of Dreams, the manager of the month, after winning 3 and then 3 clean sheets for Harry Maguire as well.
Harry Maguire, I don't understand. Was it Harry Maguire that was the post? It was not Harry Maguire. You just 3 sheets for Harry Maguire.
But then he played 3 games and then there was no goal. He played 3 games and then there was no goal. He played 3 games and then there was no goal.
Was he the only defender?
3 games, 3 clean sheets. Harry Maguire, Eric Ten Hag, 3 games, 3 wins. Alejandro Garnacho, that Puskas Worthy goal, and then you have to give it to them. And the Luton Town goalkeeper as well for winning the goalkeeper of the month award. Big ups to them. Let's quickly talk about Manchester United. We've talked about them already, but then don't forget that they will be playing against AFC Bournemouth later today. They will be hosting Bournemouth at the Old Trafford, and yes, what a game to really look forward to. And yes, let me quickly give you this update right now. Penalty to Crystal Palace, and now as we speak, it's 1 Crystal Palace 0 Liverpool.
Don't be excited, yes, guys.
57 minutes played already. It's a penalty. 1 Crystal Palace 0 Liverpool. Liverpool again this season.
Liverpool are actually the king of comebacks this season. They're the kings of 9 minutes goals.
Okay.
And so that's saying, if you put your stake on Crystal Palace, don't be afraid. Don't be jubilating because your ticket will just spoil. So just calm down, be calming down, because Liverpool, they actually their fire always just come up, but they just realize, what's happening now? We are
not this
losing.
bad.
We're not this bad.
Yeah.
So they just, that's what they do, and I just feel like, I'm telling you now, I don't do it, but I'm just telling you, put your money
where your mouth is. And yes, a couple of games that will still be, underway in the English Premier League later today. Let's quickly talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur. It's not been a really good run of form for them after that 10 games where they did the unthinkable, and now in the last 5 games they've only been able to draw just 1. That game against Manchester City, and every other game has been losses. Not a good one for the North London club, but don't forget that at the point they were leading the Premier League table, but right now it's not the same thing again. And then Ange Postecoglou, yes, a couple of injury concerns if you ask me, but then Tottenham Hotspur,
first to do, no they pay.
They will be hosting Newcastle tomorrow.
What I say, first to do, no they pay. They were enjoying the league till it's enough Premier League. I love this season. I love this season so much.
I love this season.
You just have to switch. It's not like Manchester City are leading by 13 points or Arsenal are leading by 10 points, and you are trying to look at the December table to make sure that you are staying there for a long. It's just you're switching. You don't know. You might lose, you might win. Someone will go on top, someone will be on top of you, someone will be beneath you. So I love it so much, and I appreciate the fact that Tottenham are actually very good. They were actually very good this season when it started, and the coach is now feeling the heat. He felt like, it's not Premier League, Premier, that simple thing. But he's now feeling the heat. He sees that this league is not a very small. It's not a very small. I just came into the league. I need to know. I need to fraternize with my people. I need to see how my opponents are doing. I need to do this. I need to do that for this season to be good. And I see Newcastle, the one against Manchester United.
Yeah. And then they lost against Everton. 3-0 against Everton.
That's what happened. Tottenham drew against, they drew against Manchester City and they lost against, who did they lose to again? West Ham.
Tottenham, 2-1 West Ham.
Against West Ham 2-1. That's at home. And it was so this match Tottenham against Newcastle will be very tough because they want to get their
game of two wounded lions.
They want to get their patch back. They want to patch up and make sure they are strong again and get over their feet. So,
before we go back to talk about games that were played in the Italian Serie A, where Juventus actually defeated Napoli last night. Let's talk about Arsenal that will be traveling to the Villa Park. That game against Aston Villa. It's one game to look out for. And then I asked you this on Thursday. Do you see Arsenal actually going? Now it's a question of Arsenal stopping Aston Villa now. Because it's a 14-game unbeaten run for them right now.
Yeah, it is.
And then this stretch from the last time Arsenal actually defeated them. The last team to defeat Aston Villa was Arsenal last season. That was 4-2 last season. And so do you see that actually happening again tonight? And then if they are able to do it against Arsenal, that means they will be breaking a club record that has been stretching back since the likes of 1903. That's winning 15 games in a stretch. Unai Emery building something absolutely ridiculous.
He's building a formidable team, and I'm loving it. I don't see us not going to the Villa Park to actually do what he did. That was last season. What's a lot? That's going in the past. I don't do it with history. I do it with present, and I'm looking at the future. I don't do with that. And Arsenal of last season would actually thrash
Aston Villa.
Yes, Arsenal of last season would do that. But Arsenal of this season, they're not predictable. Let's say predictable. They're not strong as last season.
That will bring me to the question too.
They are not stabilized.
Saka and Martinelli this season. They don't seem to be like the same ones we are. Don't forget that Saka last season had over 10 plus goals. Same with Gabriel Martinelli as well. Who had
is the future. I don't listen. I'm always thinking the future. Saka the future. The future.
I think Martinelli who had 15 goals last season and Saka had 14. Yeah, one of them had 14, one of them had 15, but then the two of them were
hot.
Yeah, they were so hot last season.
You cannot play with them and you not concede goal.
That's just it.
But this season it has been, and I feel like I'm gonna say from my own perspective, I feel like Saka's injury and the likes like that might have affected him in a point because he did not have time to rest. It was on injury. He didn't go for the international match.
Yeah,
and the next club match it was already starting. I was like, Oga be coming down now. What's going to happen now? Arsenal doesn't have another player. I think that would affect it. Because it would not
lack
rest.
of wingers.
Yes, it would affect him because you are putting all the pressure on him. If he doesn't play, there's nobody else.
So let's say lack of wingers is what is actually affecting
Arsenal this season. So I don't see them going to Villa Park to actually beat it.
And lack of rotation too, because the likes of Gabriel Jesus have been on and off for them. Let's
that beat Manchester. That beat Manchester.
No one saw that one coming though. Let's talk about the Italian Serie A where Juventus defeated Napoli 1-0 last night. A slim victory for them, but then Napoli, they played better. Just the way they did against Inter Milan.
Slim victory, 3 points.
You told me that one against Inter Milan. You said Napoli actually played like they wanted to win, but then the goals were not coming, and Inter Milan were only punching the goals. However, it's not still bad for them. Because right now they are still sitting 5th with 24 points, just about 12 points behind league leaders Juventus.
Oh gosh, I was seeing the match yesterday, and before the match started, I just saw the lineup for Juventus, and I saw the coach, and I was like, past glory, like you're bringing back, you're bringing back the person that gave you all the trophies, and you're bringing it back, and it's looking so nice. Juventus of last season is very different from Juventus of this season. Last season,
they were rocked with a lot of fracas last season. Even this season, they are just able to hold their heads up. I don't forget that they've had to deal with a lot of things within that club, and even one player right now, Paul Pogba, who they splash a lot of money on, who is going to be away till 2027. 27.
Yes.
Before we go and give you the rundown of matches that will be played during the weekend, let's talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, who marks his 1,200 career game with goal and assist for Al Nassr. I know you'll be excited about that one.
Yes. Well,
so
yes,
the 38-year-old, he scored from Sadio Mane's cross. One type of partnership we always look out for. Yeah. So
it brings me to the fact that it's just that Marcelo and Mane are not playing the same, the same position.
Yeah.
It just brings me to the fact of Ronaldo and Marcelo when we're
Real
around
Madrid.
Madrid.
Yeah.
The synergy was so smooth.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying the fact that these players are players I love. These two players, Mane and Cristiano Ronaldo, are players I love. And are playing together, and the synergy is there. They are happy. They are smiling. And I'm saying, I was like, it's not the Mane that is always in Liverpool, always squeezing face, like as if he doesn't know how to smile. And I am so excited that, this person could actually play together and is happy. Is 1,200 appearances.
Yeah, 1,200.
With a goal and an assist is beautiful.
Incredible.
Who's that? 38.
Okay, let's talk about Women's World Cup 2027. FIFA said they have received 3 bids to host the 2027 Women's World Cup, and then the bids include a joint one from Germany, Belgium, and Netherlands, who first announced their interest in hosting back in 2020. The two other bids are from Brazil and a joint submission from Mexico and United States. They want to host. They want to host the Men's World Cup in 2026, and now the Women's World Cup in 2027. We see what you are trying to do, but don't worry. South Africa had previously been named by FIFA among the prospective hosts, but they withdrew their bid in November to focus on the 2031 tournament. No, it's not because there is no money. So let's quickly talk about the matches.
Yes, they will be gathering the money to 2031.
Let's quickly talk about the matches that we played over the weekend. Yes, a couple of games that will actually, get us stuck with our TV screen in the English Premier League. A game between Brighton and Hove Albion and Burnley. Manchester United will be hosting AFC Bournemouth. Sheffield United, Brentford, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Nottingham Forest. This season, well, let's just hope that they are able to stay up, honestly. And then Aston Villa will be hosting Arsenal at the Villa Park. One game to really look out for in that particular one. A couple of matches in the English Championship as well. And straight to the Spanish La Liga, where a couple of matches will be coming to your screens today as well. Alaves currently against La Palmas. 1-0 La Palmas on top of that one. Real Betis will be hosting Real Madrid. Villarreal versus Real Sociedad, while Mallorca will be hosting Sevilla. German Bundesliga, NDM 1846 up against Darmstadt 98. Union Berlin, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Eintracht Frankfurt will be hosting Bayern Munich. Werder Bremen will be hosting FC Augsburg. VfL Wolfsburg up against SC Freiburg, and RB Leipzig will be traveling to Borussia Dortmund. 2 not so convincing team, I tell you. And then Italian Serie A, Hellas Verona will be hosting Lazio. Atalanta will be hosting AC Milan. Inter Milan, Udinese. French League Rennes will be hosting Monaco. Paris Saint-Germain will be hosting Nantes. And one player from Nigeria who actually did himself proud, Omar Sadiq, will be targeting his third straight La Liga goal if he's able to score in the Spanish La Liga versus Villarreal later tonight. Do you see him doing that?
Sorry,
Omar Sadiq, looking to score his third goal since coming back.
I
from
wish
that
him all
injury.
the best. I wish him all the best.
Okay, and also to Victor Boniface, who has won the 4th Rookie of the Month award.
What is happening? Like, you guys should just give him the Player of the Month already. What's this? We don't want
rookie.
We don't want rookie. What are we rookie? We don't rookie first time, second time. Okay, we get. Thank you so much. We appreciate. But give this guy his accolades. Give him what he truly deserves. I know you might not want to give, but give him. Maybe look for one. You know how Ballon d'Or is to create a new award when they want
Even
to do
CAF
something.
had to create a new award for Yasin Bono.
Yeah, so
because
just
they don't want to give him the Player of the
they
Year.
cannot. They don't. Like CAF will not give a.
That's Osimhen, yeah. You know the debate
is
is
for
on right
Osimhen.
now.
It is.
It's either Osimhen or Atra. People are not even putting Momo Salah in the picture.
Actually, it's because of the World Cup. That's just the thing.
Yeah, they are
because of the
wrong.
World
But
Cup.
then he was not their star player.
He
Even
wasn't.
Yasin Bono was the main deal for them.
So they should just pass this. They should not bother. They should just give him the award.
Okay, let's call it the wrap. I mean, not your final words here, but let's take something home.
So guys, like I said, put your money where your mouth is. Aston Villa versus Arsenal, Tottenham and Newcastle. Newcastle, yes, and I see in the Serie A, I'm seeing Atalanta AC Milan.
Yeah.
That is a big match as well, and I'm looking forward to Lookman playing well, and even going to be on the score sheet as well. So
Okay,
guys,
hopefully.
hopefully, like I said, I'm looking forward to that. So guys, that's all from me to you.
Many thanks to you all for being a part of the show this afternoon. Oluwatomi on Facebook telling us you love the show. We love you as well. Thank you for being a part of us. Ayodeji Ajiboye is signing out today. Do well to join us next week on Monday, where we bring to you the Sports Hub show 7:30 to 8 p.m. and then we serve you sports in a jiffy every weekday 10 a.m. to 10 on the flip side of 10. Ayodeji Ajiboye is signing out. Do have yourself a sporty-licious weekend. Bye for now. Stay sporty, stay active, drink enough water to stay hydrated. Goodbye.
For Grace Radio, we brought you the King. We brought you the King. Impact 102.1 FM. The King of Radio. The King of Radio.